Well, good morning, parents and players. My name is John Cook. I am the head coach for the DMSC 19U boys for the fall 2025 season. I do want to start off with an apology. Just usually I'm a little more ahead of the game when it comes to season startup, but I got married a week ago. And as you can imagine, it took up a lot of time and a lot of planning, so I'm playing a little catch up. So I just appreciate a little bit of grace, but we've got a schedule for you, and hopefully this video and the meeting tonight at our scrimmage will answer some of those questions and get everybody lined up. So if let me take a second here, and I'm going to share my screen and let me show you what our preseason and season actually is going to look like. So here's some plan information. This is the handout. It can be found in Playmetrics under the Resources tab. So if we go in, you come in, I think yours may look a little different. And then if you go all the way over here to Resources and click, you'll see the 2025 Parents Meeting handout, the preseason survey, which I'll talk about in just a second. And then I will add links, including this video. And then other things that the guys can access and you can access to kind of get a feel for what we are trying to accomplish this season. So let's talk a little bit about what we're trying to accomplish this season. We really strongly believe, I say I and my coaching staff, we believe in helping every player reach their fullest potential. That is the goal of the season. It is not just to win every game. It is not to destroy people and score 1,000 goals. It is to meet with every individual player, find out what their hopes and dreams are, what they're trying to get out of soccer, and then to help them reach that. And we'll talk about kind of how we're going to get there. So we've got some tools and some ideas in place. But that is the goal of the season. It is really to help the players reach their fullest potential. I just finished up a cycle with the 19Us that I was with for 4 years. A lot of them rotated out, just aged out of the program. 9 of them have gone on to college. One of them went on to play semi-pro ball in Chicago, and they just kind of keep growing. And so we really just want to help you reach their fullest potential. As I said earlier, my name is John Cook. I have a USSF C license. I am currently working on my B license because I am a crazy person. So that'll come into play over the course of the fall. I've been doing this for about 15 years at every age level you can possibly imagine. I have a wonderful assistant in Giovanni Corvera who's been with me for the last 3 years. Giovanni works for the city of Des Moines. And has a great playing career and is just a fantastic human being. I could not do it without him. We are joined this year by Richard Hasimana, who has been an assistant to Tiger Needers for several years, and we're really excited that he is stepping up in the next phase of his coaching journey and will be assisting, but also will be leading the blue team. I'll talk about how we kind of are going to work that in just a second. Our practices, we will train in a pool format. I'll go into more details in a second, but both teams, red and blue, will train together. They will train on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 7 to 8:30 at the Aliber Soccer Complex, and the address is there. Quick note about Aliber, if you have not been in a while, we've been at Waterworks for the last couple of years. Either or, and the restaurant that there is at the corner of Aliber does make traffic tricky. So I would strongly, strongly recommend that you think about getting there at least 6:45, possibly even 6:30, just because of traffic. It's nuts. So it can get quite crowded there. So please plan time accordingly. So that's our fall schedule, Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. August is a little different because it's preseason. Every Thursday session in August, so same time, 7 to 8:30, will be at Perkins Elementary School, and the address is there. It's in Beaverdale. And it is a chance to do some conditioning, some technical work, but also some mental work. And that is how this group overcomes adversity, and how each individual overcomes adversity. And that will become important. I'll get to that in a second. I do want to hit the big three P's, play metrics, the player questionnaire, and the pool format. So one more time, I want to go over to play metrics and just kind of show you this is where all the information you need will be. So this is going to be our calendar. This is where our games will be, and you can see we already have one friendly scheduled, a scrimmage early in the season, coming up on Sunday, August the 24th. It's where the roster is, where you can find out how to reach teammates or me or the coaching staff, I should say. It's where our pool assignments will come from. I'll talk about that second. It is where attendance will be tracked. Fields and itineraries, and I don't know what this stuff is, but the resources button is one I would also point out. Make sure that you're checking that, and I'll try to be on the ball about letting you know, hey, I put a new video and resources, go check it out. But it's where you can find important information. The other thing I would recommend is down here in the chats. I try to double post in our chats for a variety of reasons. I use WhatsApp. Just a really good way to communicate with some of our guys. But I will try to double post not only stuff in WhatsApp, but post things here as well. So really good resource for play metrics. Please, if you don't have it downloaded on your phone, get it and please get signed in. Player questionnaire. Actually, I'm going to go back to play metrics, and I kind of mentioned this. So we click here for the preseason player questionnaire. As I mentioned before, this is about making you, the player, or your player better. It helps to have a baseline. Introductions. This is a relatively new group. I know a couple of guys from my time here at DMSC. I don't know a lot of guys. And we got some new guys, which is awesome. So this gives us a baseline of what we're working with. So full name, what name they prefer to call, what language they speak, what high school, so that we can coordinate with your high school teacher, to make sure that you're going to class and your grades are good so you can play the whole high school season, but also so we can be talking to your high school player and saying, hey, this kid is taking a couple steps up and is really doing great work. Keep an eye on him. I know all the high school coaches, we talk regularly. I strongly recommend filling out the player survey. What grade you're in, how long you've played, what foot you prefer to pass with, kind of gives us an idea of what the team's going to look like. Where are you comfortable on the field? What do you like to play? What do you not like to play? So we can kind of understand that. What do you think your top three skills are? What skills would you like to improve? Other activities are you involved in outside of soccer? And then do you want to play college at the next, or play soccer or at the next level, at college or pro? What does that look like? And then the last question is, what's the most important thing that I need to know to help you succeed this fall? So it's a chance to just kind of introduce yourself to me. I will take this information. We will actually come up with an individual performance plan for everybody. And so we'll be working on that. That's actually part of my B license, so it fits in nicely. So that is there. Please make sure every single player fills that out. Okay, so that's play metrics, that's a player questionnaire, pool format. Okay, so what we have decided to do with this group, because of numbers and what we saw at tryouts, is we are going to train the group in a pool format. So we're going to train them all together rather than two separate teams. Why are we doing that? Because the best way I know to make you better is to put you in a group and have you challenge for your spot. So the idea is that the teams are going to be fluid. So if you are working your tail off and you are improving and you are attending practices and you are showing all three of us that, man, you are working hard and wanting it, you're going to move up and play with red. If you are not showing up, if you're really not trying very hard, if this is not very important to you and just kind of hanging out, Okay, we're going to drop you down a little bit. We're still going to get you minutes. We're still going to try to work with you. We're still going to try to get you better, but the level's going to go down. That's the way the pros handle it. That's the way they handle it in college. That's the way a good high school program should run. The best players play. That's the environment that we want to create this fall, a professionally run environment where there is plenty of feedback. I'll talk to you about what we're looking for in just a second, but there's lots of feedback, lots of competition, and that's how we get you to the best place that we know how. Couple of things to think about. A couple of dates that I have so far. I'll skip down a little bit. The ISL, the Iowa Soccer League schedule is still pending. I don't have that yet. As soon as I do, I will put this in Playmetrics. Things I do have right now as placeholders. We will be going to the Omaha Cup this year. That's August 29th through 31st. That's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Generally, we leave, if there's school, we leave after school, go down Friday, play Saturday, play Sunday, come back either midday or late Sunday. The Iowa Rush Cup, which will be here in Des Moines. So that's none we don't have to travel for. But that is a potential. We could have a Friday night game, just so you know. But Friday, Saturday, Sunday in town. I'm going to skip Iowa President's Cup for just a second. Heartland Invitational Tournament hit. The kids know this is Kansas City. This is the Kansas City trip that we do to end the year. Also, after school, probably head down on Friday, play Saturday, come back, play Sunday, come back Sunday. President's Cup. We are on the fence as to whether this group is ready for President's Cup or not. So we are going to treat August as an audition. We are looking for a couple things. I'll go over what they are. Actually, you can kind of see them down at the bottom: attendance, attitude, effort, and ability. But we are looking to see out of this pool of 25 players, do we have 18 who are willing to work hard for each other and represent the club at a higher level tournament? So August is an audition. If you have to work, I get it, but you're not getting any better by not showing up to practice. If people start begging out of the training sessions on Thursday because they find they're really hard, that's going to tell us everything we need to know. And by the Omaha tournament, we'll pretty much have an idea of what the group is and what the work ethic is and whether President's Cup is a good fit for this group. If it's not, then we'll make a determination and we'll find something else. But for now, I've given you those 2 weekends as just placeholders for all of the tournaments. If you could just make sure that you coordinate your work schedules. And again, one more time, I apologize for the late notice. I got married. So, coaching philosophy and structure. Player-centric, game-centric training environment. You do not get any better standing around waiting to play soccer in lines. We will play a lot of small-sided games. We will talk a lot about strategy at this level. The kids need to learn how to think through the game and make decisions. So we will play a lot of games where I will be giving them goals. How can we play through the middle? What are options that we can look at? It's always a balance of team structure and individual expression and creativity. So I'm always looking to strike a balance there. Development versus results. For the vast majority of the games, I care about development more than I care about results. Meaning, if we lose 3-0, but we learned why we lost and we grow from it, that isn't a loss. We were just learning. Uh, by and large, I will take kids and put them a little bit outside their comfort level. And, if a game is on the line too late in a game, that's how a kid gets better. That's how you grow. That's how you learn. Sometimes you'll flourish, sometimes you'll flounder, but we will figure it out, and that's how you grow. The only exception where I will, on a team by team basis, prioritize results over development is for a President's Cup level competition. And that is where we are really trying to get as far in the tournament as we can. We want to win. So it's the best 11 guys who get out there. But that's ways down the ways, and we'll have plenty of time to talk about that. What are we looking for? How do we know whether you're going up? How do we know whether you're going down? Attendance, attitude, effort, ability. Got to show up, guys. You got to show up. We are tracking attendance. What kind of an attitude do you show up with? Do you want to learn or do you think you know everything? If you do, we're not going to be able to help you. Effort. Are you giving everything you have every time? That's really what I'm going to give you a little spoiler alert. That's what Thursdays are for in August. I want to see what you do when it's hot and it hurts and you got to move forward. That's what we're trying to test. Ability. Can you do it? Can you do it at speed? That's kind of the second one here. Can they execute the game plan at pressure or under pressure and at speed? That's what differentiates between a USL 2 player and a championship in England player. The guy in the championship can do it faster while under pressure. And that's really the biggest difference. So we're going to put you in that situation. We're going to talk through it and we're going to continue to find ways to help you develop. Do you lose the ball? That is probably the biggest thing that I look for when I scout players at the collegiate level, the professional level. Do they just keep the ball? Like if they pass it to you and you turn the ball over 7 out of 10 times, that means the team has to work 7 out of 10 times to go get the ball back. And so those are the kind of things that we're looking for, and we'll talk about them. I will say there will be a game plan at some point. I need to write it. I have one that I've used, but I always like to adapt it. And this group is new to me. So I need some time to kind of see what the guys are really good at, where they're comfortable, where we can stretch a little bit, and then I'll adjust the game plan. But that will be in the resources section of Playmetrics, and I'll put a message out. Resolving conflicts. That's always, I just something a standard policy that I have. The first thing is at this level, at this age, if a parent comes to me and says, my child, my son, my daughter has a problem, I'm going to say, I haven't heard anything from your player. They need to talk to me first. In this case, the guys need to learn to advocate for themselves. And we try to keep an open line of communication. I try not to be scary. Giovanni is not scary. Richard is not scary. We are in it for these guys. So if there's a problem, there's a miscommunication, if there's just something that isn't quite, gelling, come talk to us first. Do recommend a 24-hour rule. If something is frustrating you, please, after a game or something, or after a practice, take a breather. And then, you can let me know, but we generally will talk about it for 24 hours, just give everybody a chance to kind of calm down. If you, for some reason, do not feel comfortable talking to myself, I can bring in Giovanni or Richard or vice versa. And if you're not comfortable with us, if something has gone wrong, we can bring in Matt LaMaley, our select director, or Matt Ream, our executive director. But we want to make sure that every kid is being heard. Every kid feels safe. Every kid learns to advocate for themselves because that's an important skill. And then we want to make sure that we resolve it and so that we move forward. And I'll be honest with you, in 15 years, I've had like 3 of these. So we do a pretty good job of talking to the guys and making sure that they feel heard and seen. Okay. A couple of key concepts that we're going to be looking at for the fall: attacking football, just because you're getting to learn me and I'm going to be learning you over the next month. Attacking football, I don't think you win a game by sitting in your own half and letting the other team have the ball and kick at you and run at you all the time. So we will attack. I think it's more fun. I am very much of the school. I would rather win a game 4-3 than 1-0. Sorry, Italian defensive loving players. Just, we can play that way, but I just prefer to go attack. So we'll talk a little bit about attacking football. So that's why holding on to the ball is very important. Positional concepts, we do have a structure to the team. It'll be changing a little bit. Like I said, let me see what the guys are and where we're comfortable and where we can kind of grow and stretch and be dangerous moving forward and backwards. Relation concepts. This is something that's kind of I picked up in the last 2 years where it's a new way of thinking of soccer was as opposed to a rigid structure like a 4-3-3 is that the game is much more fluid. And this is kind of giving a little bit of organization to street soccer, which a bunch of the guys play regularly. So some concepts there. I give you go kind of stuff, tabelas or kind of like layoffs, escandillas or ladders, and then cortaluz means cut the lights, but it's a dummy. But it's some different ideas that we'll institute to get the guys thinking creatively and learn to express themselves and bring in some of that street ball, which is a lot of fun to play, a lot of fun to coach, a lot of fun to watch, and really hard to defend, which is a nice little bonus for us. Mental toughness, 6 times down, 7 times up. Again, spoiler alert, guys, that's what Thursdays in August are for. It will be hot. You will be introduced to the Perkins Elementary Hill, and I want to see and want to start teaching you how to push through adversity. It's one of the best skills that I think soccer teaches, and want to make sure that you have it before you go and tackle the next thing that life throws at you. So we'll talk about visualizing, we'll talk about box breathing, learning to control our breath, controlling inner chatter. We all talk poorly to ourselves and we can all be better at that. And then focusing on process versus outcome. What do we control? We control our attendance, we control our effort, we control our attitude, and that will raise our ability. So really focusing on those first three. Ways you can help. If you are interested, we always need help with donation of time, rides, food, and fun. That could look like an evening meal, help drive a van and get kids, pick up kids from school. This is a fairly good group as far as licenses go. So if you guys can help each other, if folks want to donate some money, I always kind of kick in some gas money when guys pick up one or two of their teammates, because I remember being a broke teenager too. Donate snacks and water. Teenagers eat a lot, you may have noticed. And then when you get 26 of them in the same place, they can go through some granola bars pretty quick. And then donate money for uniforms and scholarships. We try to keep our costs low, but it still costs the same amount to cut the grass and buy equipment and go to tournaments. We don't get a donation or a break for that. So any kind of donations to help us are really helpful. And then if we go on a trip, if you could just help me, I'm usually parenting these kids as well as coaching them. So anytime I can get a mental break, help me go grab some pizzas or just watch them so I could go like take a little nap or something in a hotel room and kind of recalibrate. Always welcome. And then the last thing I would say too is take an interest in the academic lives of the kids who need it. We've got some amazing young men. Like I said, the group that I just finished up with, we got 9 of them to college. And yes, soccer's fun, and I know that they're soccer obsessed. But guys, a job making $60,000 a year that you can get with a college degree is going to change the course of your life. So. I know that is a lot of information and a lot of me talking. So my number is available in the Playmetrics app. Let me go back here and summary. So my number is here. You can always reach me through the team chats or just reach one directly. So you can create a chat and just type in John Cook. And I'm right there. So if you need to message me, go ahead. I'm happy to help. Happy to answer any questions that you have. Thank you guys. We're looking forward to a great season. There's some really, really good talent in the group. We were really impressed, and I'm looking forward to learning you and kind of helping you along your journey. So, all right, with that, I'm going to close out the video. Thank you very much. We'll talk to you later. All right, bye-bye.